It will always bother me that consumers nowadays treat certain things, they cater to certain things a lot better than they do things things that's actually deserving. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about how people treated Man of Steel. I'm a Batman fan saying this, but I thought Man of Steel was a great movie. And you got shitty ass movies, no effort having ass movies like No Way Home that not only gets $1 billion, but it's also rated in the higher ups like 90% and all that. When it is nothing but plot hole city, terrible writing. Like, that's my problem. I hate that, man. Like, Man of Steel has so much effort, and creativity put into it that it didn't get no love for it. But people, the guys who made No Way Home, they just half-assed through a movie that should be at least 4 hours long. They just half-assed through it and said, okay, we're done. And people were pushing this movie like it was the greatest movie of the century when it's not. I think, see, I don't know if it's the character itself in the movie that makes weirdos like that boost it up, but like, I can tell you one thing. Man of Steel deserved a lot more than what it got. And it's not even just Man of Steel. It's other movies like, the Snyder Cut, what else? Incredible Hulk. I'll take Incredible Hulk over that trash ass Spider-Man movie. Like, it's a lot more superhero movies that's been shelved. Yet this trash movie, no way, bro. I would rather watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 over No Way Home. That's how bad I think the movie is. I mean, sure, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is bad, but I wouldn't necessarily call it bad. I would call it okay, if you get me. But when you watch No Way Home, that shit is terrible. Like, oh, it's so hard to say that movies are being held to a high standard nowadays, but bias definitely has a huge role in this, and I'm not a fan of that, bro. See, if you've been watching my videos for a very long time, then you will understand that I'm not a fanboy or anything. And if I was a fanboy, I would admit it instead, doing nonsense. I'm not that arrogant. Well, I'm not arrogant enough to say that I'm not a fanboy, but what I'm saying is, like, at the same time, I'm not that kind of fanboy who would go hating on other projects and all that. I'm just gonna speak the truth on how it is. And No Way Home is a trash movie that's been overpraised, but nobody cares. There's so many other superhero movies that should be above No Way Home, but somehow that movie sits up top, like like that False King. Like, that's what I'm getting from it. But I guess since the character has a big hold over these movies, because Spider-Man is one of the most popular superheroes ever, that's why that movie is at top, I believe. And then you also have MCU fanboys and all that nonsense. All I'm saying is the other superhero movies are much better than No Way Home. No Way Home has no business being that high up.